3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 983. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome and thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So there are a couple of numbers that I feel are very significant for somebody. One of them or both of them, and that is the number 3 and the number 7. It could even be the number 37 or the number 73. Maybe there is a significant birthday here, but there doesn't have to be. Or an anniversary of some sort. With my throat feeling particularly clear, which I don't think is going to last in this video. I'm starting to feel it right now. I feel, well, first off, the number 3 is about communication and self-expression as one interpretation. And with my throat feeling particularly clear, it reminds me of a clear throat chakra. So you could feel called to clear your throat chakra to learn how to communicate and be more honest and authentic in how you express yourself. Or you're already there and you're ready to express yourself to somebody or in some sort of way. I'll tell you later why I feel like the number 7 could be significant. So, interpreting the number 983, I actually forgot to mention too, the number 3 has been haunting me a little bit in the last couple of readings, because while I was trying to say 981 or 982, I accidentally said 381 and 382. So those readings in particular that I did on my channel, those could be significant for you in general, the 3. And now, right now, I'm seeing in I think the image, I saw an image of the throat chakra symbol, I think, and it looks like there's a number 3 on it. It's either throat chakra, I'm pretty sure it's throat chakra. One second. I want to look it up real quick to be sure. Looking it up right now, just waiting for it to load. Let me try to look up third eye chakra. No, it is actually the third eye chakra, not the throat chakra. While I do feel the throat chakra is significant, it appears that the third eye chakra is feeling significant as well. Someone here may need to put more effort into expressing themselves or learning how to express themselves honestly and authentically. Third eye chakra is about, from my understanding, your intuition and what you already know. So I strongly feel that someone here is feeling guided to use their voice, or as I've been saying, to be more honest and authentic in how they express themselves. I just burped. Which I feel is a sign that there is something that you need to release or let go of that is blocking you from being able to express yourself in this way. So now, getting into interpreting the number 983. The The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. Number 8 is about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. And the number 3, as we already said, one interpretation is self-expression and communication. It can also be about healing and growing and making a commitment, definitely to yourself and your well-being, but it could also be something else related to yourself or someone else or some other situation in terms of a commitment. I do think that whatever is blocking you from expressing yourself more honestly, if it's a person or a situation, the universe will make up for it. Especially when we're thinking of the idea of commitment. It may take time to see the payoff or the reward or the benefit, but it's there. And I'm feeling that it could be helpful for somebody to act like you already have or are on track to receive the benefit or the reward. And I wanted to say the profit. Maybe you're trying to make some money in some way by using your voice, telling your story. Moving on to adding up these numbers. 9 plus 8 is 17, and 17 plus 3 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. And this number was very significant in the previous reading, which makes sense because it is 982. So you could resonate, you don't have to though, but you could resonate with a very important decision that it's time for you to make finally. This number could also be about a significant relationship or situation that you are connected to that is probably referencing the one that is on your mind right now, if you resonate with that. It can also be about peace and balance emotionally. So that feels like it confirms that it's important for you to release something emotionally that is blocking you from using your voice. I feel that there is some sort of fear here. Or there was some sort of fear stopping you from using your voice. Whether you've overcome it or you're overcoming it right now, or that's your intention, I definitely think you're going to learn some important things, not only about yourself, but also the world and your faith, spirituality. Which reminds me of your intuition, again, the third eye chakra. Trust and believe in where you feel guided. I don't care who you are or what you want to do with your life. I believe that every single one of us are spiritually being guided to express ourselves more honestly and authentically, to push for a more honest, authentic, and ultimately stable world, community, home, universe, depends how big you're thinking. It is important to understand how connected we all are, especially if you're kind of just somebody who is like, I just want to live my life and be happy. I don't want to do some big bang type of thing to make a difference in the world. It doesn't matter how much you want to do. All that matters is that you play your part. You heal, you grow, let go of what needs to be let go, find your sense of purpose, and learn how to be more honest. What inspires you to be more honest? For me, I believe that a more honest world is a safe world, or safer world, because I just believe that's how the universe works. I believe that when there's more light or more awareness in a more literal sense, there's more peace, more stability, more connection, more happiness, and more joy. Yeah, ignorance, as I just now look down at the sun on the table here, ignorance really can be dangerous. Whether it's your own ignorance or that of somebody else, we all deserve to know more. Most importantly, I feel like we all deserve to know why we're here, what we're doing this all for. And the only way to really get there is to seek out the truth ourselves. I believe that once we live in a world that is more honest, who knows when that's going to be? I feel like it's definitely a lot sooner than what it's been in the past, which logically makes sense, but I believe something. I forgot what I was going to say. I guess because I got a little distracted by clearing my throat. So that feels symbolic of you being distracted by something that is discouraging you from using your voice. That's for those who haven't overcome it yet. The blockage that stops you from being more honest in the world. How you show up matters, and I want to say again, no matter how big or small, it matters simply because of how connected we are. Even if you don't intend to make a difference, you will. It may not be as big as to like a crowd of people, but you will have an impact on those around you in your life. Even if you don't know them and you just come across them on the street or something. You have the power to make the world a more honest and safer place. And that first starts with making your own world, inside and out, more honest and more safe. And when you think about making your inner world more safe, that's about protecting yourself from your own lies. Because we all do it. We all get to the point that we start to speak negatively to ourselves in a dishonest way. And it's not fair to ourselves. And ultimately not fair to those around us. Because I believe that the boundaries that we set for ourselves, the standards that we set for ourselves are the same standards and boundaries that we set for other people. I'm going to go ahead and add up. I already did add up those numbers. Yeah, the number 2. Peace, balance, a relationship or a situation that you're connected to, or a very important choice. Or many very important choices. The cards portion of this reading, this is where I tell you why I feel that the number 7 is important for somebody. I said it in the last reading or two that number could be significant. It felt significant in one of the readings, I think where the 7 of Cups, or the 7 of Hearts in this case, came out. And for this reading, I'm just going to use these playing cards here, and I felt called to draw 7 of them. So, if you've been watching the last couple of readings, this message could be particularly for you, but that doesn't have to resonate that way for you. I had a card that fell on the floor. It is the Ace of Clubs, or the Ace of Wands. It says desirable. There's an opportunity here that is desirable. There's something that you want, and this could be something for yourself, something for somebody else, something in the world. There's definitely a desire here, maybe even a wish. And I have the 9 of Spades, and the 9 of Swords. It says lost and scared, grief. This is really pointing out the fear holding you back that I was talking about. I dropped these on the floor 1 second. And this fear, it's definitely getting to you. Maybe you're overthinking, having sleepless nights, Something could be stressing you out. Wow. Next we have the Seven of Spades, or the Seven of Swords. Dishonest, sneaky, and greedy. This is the lie. This is the card about deception. This lie could be generating fear within you. You're telling yourself something that is not necessarily true or not set in stone. That's stressing you out. Why are you punishing yourself? Why, if this is about the unknown, why do you choose to focus on the bad instead of the good when it comes to potential and what's possible? I think these are important questions to ask yourself. Next, I have the Four of Hearts with Four of Cups, and it says lonely. You're feeling isolated, scared, but you really want something. But to get it, you're going to have to be more honest with yourself. You could definitely be feeling trapped and overwhelmed. But I think for at least somebody out there, you don't have to feel that way. This could be an opportunity for you to take more control over your own mind and ultimately your own reality. Let me explain why I think our mind controls our reality. I believe that our thoughts influence how we feel. And those thoughts and those feelings influence what we believe. Whether it's about ourselves, some higher power, whatever. And I think it's those thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that collectively influence our decisions, of course. And our decisions influence our reality. So that's why it's so important to be honest with yourself and to not fall into your own trap of negative self-talk. How can you believe in yourself more right now? And how can you trust yourself right now? How can you best assist and support yourself right now, mentally? And your solution might be not so tangible. I feel like it's more mental, changing the way that you think. And granted, there could definitely be a situation here where the fear is absolutely warranted. But it doesn't have to be in control. Because what is courage without fear? I've been getting so frustrated trying to finish this reading because I've had so many interruptions and distractions. But I think we're good now. For you, maybe there are some distractions or interruptions that are frustrating you. They could even be causing the fear. But one of the interruptions that I had was a knock on the door. And I feel like that is part of this reading. Because I tried to record this once before, but something was wrong with my camera. And I was talking about the knock on the door, but the problem with the camera, I'm going to have to talk about it again. So, I see doors as a symbol of opportunity. Ooh, very interesting. I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles card from the Prism of Visions Tarot. This ace here can also be an opportunity card. The Ace of Pentacles card in the Prism of Visions Tarot, it does have a door on it, but there's also light and magic coming in from the door. And when I hear a knock on the door, for me that symbolizes like an opportunity, literally or figuratively, knocking at your door. And I feel that you are feeling more fear than is, what's true to reality. I feel like there's potential for magic and more light with overcoming your fear. and being honest about who you are and how you feel. It really feels like there's a magical opportunity here, especially with the Ace of Wands. Wands is all about desire, as I've made clear. Let's go ahead and draw a few more cards. I just dropped it on the floor. Interesting. So I initially saw the King of Spades, or the King of Swords in reverse. It says greedy and mean. And then when I dropped it, I burped, which can be a sign of release. And then when I picked it up, it was upright, smart, and assertive. We're going to keep it in the reverse. But I think that is confirmation to let go of the frustration, the anger, the lack mindset. Now this could be you or somebody else, but this is somebody who is more cold, because mentally they are more cold towards themselves. This could definitely be reflective of you, which it's okay to feel frustrated and angry and to want more. It really is. But to beat yourself up over it and limit yourself over it, you don't deserve that. That's what's not okay. Especially because it's not going to get you what you want. Very interesting. Okay, so I have the Ace of Diamonds, or literally the Ace of Pentacles. As I was already talking about, and this card says leader. Kings can be perceived as a leader. And the King of Swords, or the King of Spades in particular, I perceive that as a leader of thought. Somebody who leads literally with honesty. When you're more honest with yourself, you can see a lot more truth in the world and other people. It's a lot easier to discern people who are going to mistreat you, even if they haven't yet. You'll be able to see it coming. Maybe you won't know the specifics, but you'll feel it. Same with opportunities. Being dishonest with yourself, it is tempting because it can be comforting in the moment, but long term, as with any instant gratifying feelings, it's not going to serve you. I just think it's so interesting. I was talking about the Ace of Pentacles, and I literally draw the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like that's confirmation of an opportunity manifesting itself for you to have more magic in your life, a relationship, some sort of situation. And it's all because of being more honest with yourself. Especially about what you deserve from yourself. Maybe it's important for you to set more boundaries or higher standards for yourself. When I talk about set more boundaries, I'm even talking about not accepting certain thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and behaviors from yourself. I think having higher standards is good because it manifests a higher standard of life and ultimately higher quality. I'll show out this last card here. We have another king. It's the King of Cups. And it says, once again, we have been met with another interruption. And interestingly enough, this is the third one, which this time it was my phone somehow running out of storage, which kind of doesn't make sense. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But I think what does matter is the significance of the number 3, especially because I just looked down at the timer and I saw the number 3, or 33. 333 could be significant for you too. But I feel like you're really, really being urged to express yourself, say something, do something about how you are thinking, how you're feeling, what you're believing about yourself or the universe. And now I just got a notification on my phone about the battery dying. You probably heard it, I think. You could yourself be feeling low on energy. And I feel like it's because all of this energy is going into frustration. And you could honestly be feeling really frustrated with setbacks, especially if you're really, really wanting something. The last card that I have, that I was going to show you before the interruption, is the King of Hearts, or the King of Cups, which says loving and giving, which interestingly, I actually had it in the reverse first, moody and sneaky. That sneaky here really aligns with the dishonesty that I've been sensing. Now I just got a notification saying the battery's too low, I guess, for the flash to work properly. Thank goodness I'm not using it, because I don't know if I could take another interruption. And maybe you feel the same way. Regardless, I think it's really important to reflect on what you're thinking with the King of Swords or the King of Spades, what you're feeling with the King of Cups or the King of Hearts, and to use this alone time up here more productively. I don't know if I already said it, especially with two kings here, you really have the potential to be a leader, to make a difference, to inspire others. You could be a particularly misunderstood person, and that's very frustrating. And you have the power to help other people who feel equally as misunderstood feel more seen in the way that you deserve to feel right now. I hope that this reading does make you feel more seen, even if it's not, I'm not connecting with you directly, one-on-one. To kind of summarize this, there's definitely an opportunity here for you, something that you want, but it feels like you're getting caught up in frustration and negative self-talk, some intense negative feelings. And instead of using this alone time to isolate yourself, to damage yourself, you could use it to better yourself. And I, in no way, just in case, want to say this, I in no way intend for this reading to come off as condescending. In fact, I really do hope that it inspires you to value how you feel and how you talk to yourself, and to really see your own power. Because I don't want you to feel trapped or alone or anything like that, or just consumed with negativity and darkness. You don't deserve that. And when I was thinking about spending this time more productively to better yourself, it really made me think of the Hermit card in Tarot, which is literally all about introspection. I also interpret it as lighting your own path with the light that already exists within you. It does, it's there. You just need to learn, if you don't already know how, to tap into it. And the Hermit card also has the number 9 on it, which I think this is a perfect way to end, because as I've already said, the number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. It feels like you have a lot of untapped potential. And tapping into that potential starts with looking within yourself for the answers and the clarity and the light that you need. I saw 4, 5, 6, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. And depending on how dark things are feeling, that might not mean much. But spiritually, it matters a lot to trust that. I feel like if you allow yourself to heal from this, your potential will be so obvious to you. It really will. And I feel that it's really important to ask yourself, what could inspire me and motivate me to do better for myself? To heal, to let go, to have courage, so I can get what I deserve, and even make a difference if that's what I want to do. And I just saw the number 543 just before I was about to stop recording, which of course is another sign to trust that everything happens for a reason.